It seems like a lifetime ago. Making boats for a living is not no easy task. Besides what Lucille wants to think. I open shop at 8. And I close by 6. But this time was different. As I opened shop, I went to the back, made me some black coffee, and headed out back to work on my secret boat. As I'm pushing it out into the ocean, I see this dark-skinned man in fancy clothes come in. And he said, "Do you repair catboats around here?" And I turn and I look at him and I say, "Yes, but you have to leave because I'm going fishing to catch me some lunch." So he comes a little closer and hands me an envelope fold over looking thing. And he says, "There's $3,000 in here. Fix the boat for me by Friday and another 7 is coming your way." I didn't pay it no mind. I left it on the counter. But then my curiosity got the best of me. As I opened her up, the queen's head. Boy, that's the fastest I ever fix a boat. Friday came. It must have been a good Friday because 3 whole customers came in. And then my $3,000 friend came in, strutting through the door, went around the back, whistled, and then 4 men appeared. They took the catboat. He handed me another envelope and then said, "Tom, that's the best anyone has ever done a boat for me in my life. Take care of yourself. Oh, and tell my daughter Lucille to have me a grandbaby soon." And then he left. But then I say to myself now, but this man not easy. He know who I is. Tell me to fix catboat and then pay me and then say I must have grandbaby soon. But he not easy. Come make Willa tell you a story.
I don't want to hear a story about the time I thought that was a duppet. So this is how it started. It started off with any normal night. I went to sleep. And then it started to rain, thunder, and lightning. And hope you know, I don't like thunder or lightning. So then I curl up in my bed and I pull the sheet over my head. But then I started to have a nightmare. So this is how the nightmare went. I felt 3 presents enter my room. And then I roll over and I rub my eyes to make sure I wasn't seeing things. So I sit up straight in my bed and I want to pull off the sheet off of me. I stick 1 foot out, about to holler, "Daddy!" And I wake up. So I tiptoe to the kitchen and I pick up the lamp quick and I light it. And I went around the house saying, "Daddy, Daddy, where you is?" I don't hear Daddy. So I run to his bedroom. I said, "Daddy, where you is?" Daddy's nowhere to be found. So I tiptoe and I look in the kitchen window and I see Daddy out there in the bush with a next lamp light. I put back down the lamp and I say, I kinda not going out there after I just dream about that pet. No, Tom, you never have something to say?
So, have you ever been in love? Horrible. Just like mama and pa, old kissy garbage. Love opens up your chest and it opens up that red thing inside your chest. Then that stupid person, not better than nobody else, come into your life and you give them a piece of you. Now, I would know. Got all these girls messing me up. You got a curly head ones. You got a stun head ones. And you got the ones that don't got no hair at all. But they don't catch you by chance, They just do something pretty one day. Like kiss or smile at me. And I sweep them off their feet just like how Pa sweep mom off her feet. But there was this one girl, wouldn't accept none of my kisses or nothing. But boy, she was pretty. Take a good look at her. Coming like table with no curves, bone. But she was still pretty. She was my everything. Stupid in the head, but smart in the heart. Now I did everything for her. I steal all of my mama's clothes, anything for her. Steal from my dad all the money he made from fishing. I got everything for her. Got her a nice ring and everything too. So I said to myself, maybe I could make the girl fall for me. So I push her down and pick her back up. And then she's stupid because she slapped me in my face. So I left her. Went fishing with Pa. Said he was gonna take me catch some nice fish. Snapper. So I thought about the girl plenty of times. Then Pa say he'll take me to Cuba and get my mind off her. So we start sailing to Cuba. Big shit, you know. And I catch that same girl with one 60-odd-year-old black man. Now I said to myself, now that's well nasty. So then I would just walk around, you know, try to find something to eat. And then I saw some juicy mangoes, and with them juicy mangoes came one juicy looking girl. Lucille was her name, she said. Spaniard too. Nice curves and thing. I think I might want to take her back Cayman with me. Now that would be a thing. Make plenty babies. Now, my daddy Pa gonna tell you a story.
So, you want to hear about the time that I first went fishing? I was about Willa here, age 14 or so. It was a couple of, I can't even remember. I'm such an old man. It was the middle of the night. I woke up to one loud sound. And so I ran out into the yard, because that's where I think it's coming from. And I see my dad out in the yard. And I yell, "Daddy!" And he tells me, "Son, what are you doing up so early?" I said, "Daddy, I will ask you the same thing." And he told me to go back and sleep. And I said, "All right," because I didn't want to get into a fight with my daughter. So I went to sleep. Morning time come. I walk into the kitchen and smell one nice fish and mama cooking up. I say, Mama, where does fish come from?" And she says, "Your daddy, you're a fisherman, you know." I ask her, "Daddy, a fisherman?" And she replied, "Yeah, he good at it too, risking his life and everything." And so I told her, Mama, I will be a fisherman when I grow up. Boy, my mama cussed me out that morning. So I said, all right, I won't be no fisherman. But I was lying to my two front teeth. So I ran out of the house, acting like I was one scared little boy. But I was an excited little boy. I put together one fishing rod with crafting skills my friends taught me. And I put together my clothes for the night, and I stay up all night waiting for my daughter. And then I hear him stomp, stomp, stomp through the yard. And so I run out, and I yell, "Daddy!" And he says,
Son, what are you doing up so early again?
and I told him, I'm gonna be a fisherman like you, daughter. And he asked me, is your mommy okay with this? So I smiled, and with the utmost personality I had, I said, "Yes, Daddy." As you all know, I was lying to my two front teeth again, and I can still feel the belt to this day. Now, let Lucille tell you a story.
So let me tell you why I sent Willa to England. This was before I had Willa, before I had Tom. Wait, this is when I back in Cuba. I was 12 years old. Gee, I old. Anyways, so my family was poor. They couldn't afford an education for me. So what we used to do is go down by the market, sell some fruits. But for some reason, today was not no normal day. Start off normal though. Went into the market, set up my little booth. Customers came by. Then everybody started looking at the port. I'm wondering what's going on. I look. There's a big ship down there. No one's seen this ship before. So now everyone in the market, their attention is now on this boat. Okay, it's fine. Then people start coming out of it. They look like duppers. Fair skin, no teeth, and long beards. Boy. Then they went to every single booth. Then they came to me. Chills were running through my body. And then they started taking fruits from me. Because I wanted to be a big girl, I tried to fight them off. Then they pushed me on the floor and stepped on me like I was dirt. I'm not having no one step on my son like dirt. If my son can be something better than a fisherman, I will fight for it. I want him to get an education. I don't want him to be like me. Pa, you never had something to tell them?
Now let me tell you a story about the day I came into contact with the rooster of death. It was a Saturday, June 12th, 1969. I remember this day very clearly. After all, it was the day I died. I woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning, packed my fishing gear, and headed to the shower. While I was in the shower, I felt the urge for the smell of fresh morning dew. So I opened my window and inhaled that beautiful scent and kept on bathing. While I was bathing, I heard a shuffle in the bushes. I looked out into the darkness, and then there it was, the rooster of death, eyes as red as blood. It stared at me, and then it smirked. Scared, petrified, I closed my windowsill. And then I started to recall all the rules my father taught me.
Rule number 1.
If you ever come into contact with the rooster of death, eye contact must never be broken. And if so, you have 1 minute to regain it. 55 seconds has passed since the time I closed my windowsill. So I made sure I opened it, and I made sure I regained it. It looked at me and it said, "You're a very smart man." While staring into its eyes, I started to recall.
Rule number 2.
Every question the rooster asked, you must say no to. And knowing that every day in its eyes was opposite day, I thought that was easy. So it asked me my first question. "Can I kill your wife?" I said yes. It started to laugh. Then it asked me my second question. "Can I kill you?" I said yes. It started to laugh and laugh and laugh. And then it said, "You're just like your father, you know. And that's the same reason you're gonna have the same fate he did. Because he knew all the rules except for one."
Rule number 3.
Every day in my eyes is opposite day, except for Saturdays. After that, my body went cold. I guess I was just a corpse. Now let my daughter-in-law, Lucille, come tell you a story.
Every time I look at him, it's like seeing him for the first time. I was only 17, yet I remember every single detail. Up to his white button-up shirt missing 2 buttons and a thatch hat on top of his glorious curls. I remember it was a Saturday, and I went down to the port to get some season for Mama's Sunday chicken. So I remember as soon as I get up to the stand, I hear from my left side,
Gotta wait, I don't reached the boat yet.
and suddenly, I'm on the ground. So I look up, saying, who really decided to knock me down today? But as soon as I look into those eyes, I just melted. He helped me up. The type of connection we had, words were not needed. But just like every good thing never lasts, neither did our moment. Someone from behind him shouted, "Tom, hurry up, let's go." He kissed my hand and promised that we would meet again someday. Every Saturday since that weekend, I would go to the port just to watch the people come off the ships in hopes I would see his face again. Weeks passed, and I was still looking. Winter come, winter gone, and I just gave up. Then June come back around again, and I went down to the port just to paint the ocean. And I remember looking out at the sea, and I feel a tap on my back. And believe it or not, there were the same eyes I had been missing for so long. The next 5 words he said made me completely fall in love with him. I promised you, didn't I? And that's how I fell in love with my husband. Tom, you want to tell them something?
Say what you like, but fishing is an art. It's a cultural art. It's who we are. I decided I wanted to be an artist about 24 years ago. I remember it well. It was a summer's day. School were going to let out and Pa were coming back off his boat. And I was giddy with excitement. From before the time the sun even raised in the sky, I was outside rigging up our little catboat from what I could remember Pa showing me. You see, I, like most of the Caymanian boys, had grown up hearing tales about the daring fishermen out on Mosquito Keys, catching turtles and wrestling with giant fish. And I wanted a piece of that action for myself. Sun come up, and I ran off to school. School finished noontime. School time done, I run back home. And I was excited. I ran the whole 3 miles home, through the kitchen without missing a stride. Good afternoon, Mama. Back to the boat. Finish rigging it up, pull it down to the water, set the anchor, and gone off to the garden wall to wait for Pa now. So I sat there now, sitting on that garden wall, waiting for Pa to come. Took a while, but eventually, could make out his tall, lanky frame dragging itself down the road. So I ran to him. I had missed my father and he had missed me. We hugged, and he produced a trinket from his pocket. Said it was a piece of bait he had picked up for me in the United States. Help us catch plenty of fish. So now I was well excited. We hop in the boat and sail out to the reef by spots. But let me tell you, them summer days was long. It seemed like the sun could just hang in the sky for hours at a time, beating down on your back. And it was nothing but us out there now. Me, Pa, the sun, and the sea. That damn sea just there, swallowing itself up. Waves as far as you could see, refusing to yield anything. We had been there about 2 hours, not a thing on the line. I was getting frustrated now. And I tried. God knows I tried to hold that in now. But eventually in vexation I had to say it. Pa, even with you and your special bait, we can't catch a damn thing out here. Then he gave me one look. He wasn't angry, but he was disappointed. That was worse. Soon as he dropped his head, I thought I felt something on the line. Could have been seaweed. But seaweed don't pull harder. Seaweed don't come again. I got something on this line. So I'm excited now and I begin to hitch, testing what I got. Of course, I could have gotten a little fry or something, or I could have gotten a barra. Well excited now, it come back again. So it come now, bringing some real force. So I begin to hitch now, hitch. And I hitch the line, and it come again. So now the boat start rocking out there on the water, you know, rocking back and forth as I wrestle with this fish. And it come again, pulling me, pushing me, and I come in, and I'm moving it all around the boat. And this thing is about to capsize the boat that we is on, and I reeling with all my might. My hands is burning because the line moving so fast, and my arms is aching. But I win in the end. As I pull it above the waves, I see one beautiful group of fish. Yeah, big enough to feed me and my family. That's when Pa looked at me. He looked at me and said something I will never forget. He said,
Son, every man taught when work done and not before.
and I will take that lesson with me to my grave. He said that was the day I had become a fisherman. And the excursion he took after that, I'd be right there with him. And Pa kept his promises. Because later that summer, I was out there Mosquito Keys for myself, catching my own fish, my own turtle, making my own legends. What a time that was. But that was the day I became a fisherman. That was the day I became an artist.
Manziba in the sound, boy, Manziba in the sound. When you're talking about blue squab head all around. Lambert said to Bertie, boy, give me a soldier head. Bertie said to Lambert, boy, all them soldiers is dead. Boy, all them soldiers is dead. Boy, all them soldiers is dead. Bertie said to Lambert, boy, all them soldiers is dead. And Jemima, go tell your mama, count naga no bone. And Jemima, go tell your mama, count naga no bone. Count naga no bone, Jemima, count naga no bone. Count naga no bone, Jemima, count naga no bone. And Jemima, go tell your mama, count naga no bone. And Jemima, go tell your mama, count naga no bone. Count naga no bone, Jemima, count naga no bone. Count naga no bone, Jemima, count naga no bone. Manzibo in the sound, boy, Manzibo in the sound. When you talking about blue squab head all around. Manzibo in the sound, boy, Manzibo in the sound. When you talking about blue squab head all around. Manzibo in the sound, boy, Manzibo in the sound. When you're talking about blue squab head, blue squab head all around.
Call me chickens if you want early corn. Cool. Cool. Lord knows this fall could me fixing up. But what little money we have saved will have to be used to send well off to England.
Boy, Daddy, I'm glad that you in another duppe. I drew about duppes last night.
On a duck you could have dreamed about with her, is you? Because you don't adopt it, I know.
And I know duppe. Not like you. Pa coming too?
But you know wake you up with her? If Pa never said he come in 1,000 times, he never said it at all.
Why Pa have to come for? When you see how miserable he get when he hungry and salt water itching he box, alright?
You finished complaining?
They're not complaining, sir. They're just stating facts.
Stay in flux, you see. Well, just remember one thing. I'm a man that talk when work is done and not before. So if you want to follow in my footsteps, you better stop that complaining. Let's get a move on right this minute.
Yes, sir, we got Daddy.
Well, answer me a question. You planning with your Sunday school pants fishing?
I never saw nothing else to wear in the darkness of the lamplight.
You go take them trousers off right now before your mother eat me alive.
Daddy, how far out we going?
All the way up by the reef, by Round Point. I got my mind fixed on finding me some goggle I fished this Saturday.
All that way out, Daddy? Like that far out?
We gonna get moving, or we gonna stand here and talk and wake up the rest?
The weather looks so good.
But it's okay, go back and sleep.
Go back and sleep? When you be taking my child to he dead?
Why you always make a mountain out of nothing for? How old was I when I first went mosquito keys?
You was brought up hard. Your parents didn't know any better. Every generation going to be different, you know?
There's a little bit of breeze, not much.
A little bit of breeze? This sound like a nor'wester blowing up.
What, nor'wester? Woman, you is still sleeping?
But Willie, come here, let me see what you got on.
Mama, why the hell you got started so early for? Me and Daddy were just having a man-to-man talk.
Oh, no, you don't be go getting on this in your head. You not growing up on no see, and your dad don't know what I got planned for you.
I'm going to be a man one day, Mama. You can't stop that. Right, Dad?
You go follow your father and his father and get John there and see if something can't stop him from becoming a man. And Tom, you letting this child go fishing dressed like this? You know how much that pants cost me?
Why you always going like I don't pay for anything? And Willa, hurry up and change. Probably in on us.
You're damn right I'm waiting. And I'm getting tired of waiting. What happened so special this morning you can't make it to my house?
Good morning, Pa.
How is it supposed to be a good morning when I have to be waiting on this man?
I wonder what the weather, Pa. What do you think?
Think? I don't think.
Well, you figure then, can he take you with it and I wonder what the weather going to be like?
Son, you taking this boy with us this morning and you don't tell me nothing?
I got to tell you everything.
I never asked you to make me know how and when you sleep with your woman. But this thing about taking the boy fishing, I should have known about.
And why is that?
Why is what?
You asking why?
I know I asked you why. So why the hell you asking me why for? Look, it's too early in the morning for you to start up with your damn foolishness.
Willa, come let's go. Hold on, Daddy. Try to hurry up. Hey. The early birds catch the early ones.
You trying to teach him something that I couldn't get to your head, or you making fun of me?
Why you too miserable?
And salt water make me touch your box, I get.
Lucille, you listening to the two of them?
For as much as I've been listening to you, And he have no right to say you miserable because you can't even ask him a sensible question and get a sensible answer.
Will somebody tell me what the hell this all about?
See, Pa, he never ever listens to me and what I got to say.
Lucille, the boy will be okay.
Mama, I can wear these pants, right?
Yeah, baby, but just trying to get too much blood on them.
Then we just be going.
But you sure you're not forgetting anything?
Not that I can think of.
Then think a little harder.
Can't think of a thing. You can think of anything, well, son.
She want you kiss her.
Oh, that's right. I almost forgot.
Don't do as if you're not enjoying it because of me being here.
But the truth is, Pa, he don't enjoy it.
He might fool you, Lucille, but he can't fool me. I know my boy. Always pretending like nothing moved him.
Like father, like son.
Well, they won't rock the same.
The boy already grown up, Lucille. You just won't cut the neighbor string.
I don't mean no disrespect, Pa, but somehow the tradition have to change for the better.
Why is it that you mothers of today don't want your sons growing up like their fathers? Because we don't got no book learning or money?
It's more than that, Pa. Oh, we were all brought up so hard. I own a woman. How come what I mean feel anything? But people. What is it again? Feelings. Yeah, feelings. They don't got feelings.
Feelings. And you got them. You've got to have them.
You a woman, Lucille.
Try feelings without anything to
You know? Go where you're going and good luck with the weather. Lord knows we need a change of luck with all this progress and we still falling behind.
You always think about what everybody got and not what you have. You talk about progress. But what kind of progress about me baking if everything he's doing is helping him to be one step closer to Regina and doesn't want to be?
You know, everyone wants what is that showing up is set for you. And that because your father, he old and wants it to stay the same and don't have a care in this world.
How it is you always manage to come back to me about something if you don't like it? How the hell you always manage to involve me, woman?
Because I married him. Now you and him. And it's the same thing with him. Fishing. Get a job and make some money.
I got a job, woman.
So making posts that don't send us a job.
You would give up your pride for anything that looks different from me and what I know and want. You say you respect me, but look at how you're going on in front of my son and father.
It's because this is the only time I get to talk to you or you get upset and you walk away.
And that is exactly what I'm going to do now. Well, Pa, if you're coming, let's go. I'm gone. I know where to find peace.
No, you keep your feet on the ground, you. I've been meaning to get into this with her, and I'm glad she bring it up. People always talk about want. What it is they want, I don't know, because I don't want it. So I don't take time to find out. But I want to ask you again, Lucille. Don't you think that I have the right that my son should see me for who I am and should accept me so?
Honestly, I never expect this from you. Not so early in this morning.
You started it.
But what damn foolishness you talking about?
See? You're just like us.
Because I say damn I like you or because I married into you?
We going or not?
Keep your damn feet on the ground, you. We got time to get to the sound.
Now you don't go commanding me in front of my wife, no, Pa. You know she already think you rule my life.
I rule in two lives, mine and Willette. And like it wrong to have a bit of pride and want something here.
But you're not from here.
And I'm glad of that, that's why I'm sending him away.
Sending him away? Where? To do what?
To England to get learning so you don't have to depend on the sea and fish because it makes me afraid that I can't eat unless somebody get lucky and catch a fish to put on the table.
So who you ruling, Tom? You letting her do this?
I know business of what she does.
So you want her to stay up in these schools and become an idiot where they laugh at black people's dreams and the future for their children?
Now what do you say to that, Tom?
Why say right? I ain't no business.
If you say you want the same thing for this boy, I'll walk out of this house this minute. And I'm not joking.
But how this thing gets so hot? The Northwester must really be blowing up.
I've seen places and know people that don't have learning or book money. My mama was very poor. She worked in other people's houses. Once you start to work in people's houses, they treat like the dirt is clean off the floor. And well, not gonna be no dirt for nobody to walk on.
Tom, you knew she was like this before you married her? Or she put some kind of obi on you?
Let's go. She already made up her mind.
I'm not going. I'm not going wherever it is you work, wherever it is you want me go. I stay right here with Pa and Daddy.
I say going, in it they're going. In it this house, I rule.
And this is only the beginning.
Three men in a boat,
On the sound, a bite on the line, a big fish found.
Faster and harder, the big fish bites.
But with wasted time, he goes out of sight.
As they speak of their catch, the men soon see their methods don't match, and there'll be no fish with ease.
In the distance, two porpoises roam, and Willie is beginning to want to go home.
In conversation, the father sees a change as he begins to realize the sky is looking strange.
The weather scares the boy, and the men well know. The sea is no toy as it rocks them to and fro.
The squall comes down with intense ferocity, tossing the boat around at high velocity. The storm subsides, and the men now see a new man is sitting where Willie had been.
No longer the boy he was when he entered, to age and maturity, Willie surrendered.
Awake. 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 By the sea we bury your bones. Into the sea we carry you home. Behold, behold, O death, you speak to us all. Through the storms we answer your call.
to the sea, and like the river to the sea, 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 like the river to the behold, behold, awake, awake by the sea.
Oh, that was a lovely funeral. It was so good that even I had a good time. All those people paying their respects and Pa laying there smiling like he's seen the whole of Father's face. When I see all those people paying their respects and singing so sincerely to that dead old man, it made me think if they show same respect to the living, they said I don't be paradise. Oh, Pa, lying so handsome in sleep. It made me think of you, Tom, when you used to wear that nice white uniform. Your dark skin and the white was so pretty together. Black and white looks do go pretty together sometimes.
Before Pa died, he asked me if I ever hear about the lights of the pearly gates.
That's exactly how the funeral was. The beautiful lights of the pearly gates. That's how peaceful that man was laying in Christ.
Well, Pa gone now, and life goes on. Hey, you thinking about making anything to cook this evening?
Well, with your manners, you buried him in your father's grave?
You waiting to hear excuse me from me again? You still got them Spanish ways about you?
You used to like him?
I married a woman I can't even understand.
Then it's no wonder you always act like you don't need me.
I want you. I don't need you. Anytime you're ready, you can leave.
And you'd be right behind me.
I wouldn't be too sure about that.
Your father gone now. It's time you...
Me going on a ship you think will solve our problems?
You're not here because of me. The only reason why you're not seeing is because you didn't want to leave your father.
Were you sending him to England? Now that Pa dead, Will is all I have. It me and him. No more Pa and me. I got to have
Who I
someone.
got?
Your mother.
But it's the best thing for him.
The more I think about my experiences in England, in the British Navy, the more I'm not sure the best thing for the boy. Lucille, those people cold to us, and that will ruin the boy. And if that happens, I will hate them. And I don't want to hate people from a country I was once willing to die for. That would hurt Pa. A boy needs to grow up with people being friendly to him.
But if he remains here, it'll be the same. A black man with no education.
When he goes to England, who will support him? Your sister too busy working 2 jobs? He'll be left all by himself.
Tom, you know my sister wouldn't let anything bad happen to him until we can help out.
A family should stay together.
But if any of them is to stay living, we got to split.
I can feed my family.
But there's more to life than food, Tom.
Lucille, he a fisherman. What more he want?
Education.
But he not even smart.
Now don't you ever say that about my son again.
Willa, come over here, son. you got to say about all this?
What, Daddy?
You wasn't listening?
No. I was thinking.
But thinking about what's that?
About Pa.
When we first went fishing,
And the weather get rough. He kept me from being afraid. Then he had called me by my name. It was the first time.
You had become a man. He knew that.
He became a fisherman. That different ask your father.
He know Cayman Sea, Lucille. England is a different sea. He no man in that.
But he gonna become a man there too.
Daddy, why you always making Mama give the orders when you the boss?
I wear the pants. But your mom, you see the boss. If she see you going England, then you going England.
But you see the people they call it in weather?
Or you was listening after all.
Boy, you going there even though I don't like the place.
But you say it be raining all the time.
Good. They can't walk about and get into trouble.
I wonder if I will see the queen. She pretty like Mama, Daddy.
Nobody on this earth pretty like your mama. And when you get there, whatever happens, remember her and love her for me, you hear?
Tom, I'm surprised with you.
I got feelings. I don't show them all the time, but a hard man can be a loving man.
Lord have mercy. This is a revelation to me.
To me too. But I bear a father today who I know loved me and only said it once and was ashamed the whole time afterwards because he seen as a man being weak. And I know fool now, Lucille. I know it's better for me to love you than anybody else in this world. And I know I might not ever say I love you again. God is willing to know.
I love you, Mama. But please don't send me away. I am free to be myself somewhere else. You know, England's so big. I might stay out in the cold and freeze to death.
But Willa, I thought all the doctors you scared of. You afraid of England too? They don't eat people in England.
But I hear they got something there like duppers called vampires, where they come out the grave and suck out your blood.
Their story's not really true.
So why they write them if they're not true?
For people to read.
But why?
I just told you why.
Here you know, you don't know.
Look, Tom, get this off my back. There are no vampires in England, and there you're going.
I tell you there are vampires in England. And when I go there, they're not making me come back. And I bet you they gonna find a way to come down here and get every single one of honor.
Imagine Lucy, one day Cayman disappears because of vampires and nobody knows. Now that would be a pretty dumpy story to tell.